Hey guys, so today we are going to do the 50 random facts about me. They're not really random because I had to write them down, so just because, to be honest, I would not be able to think of 50 things randomly about me. So this is probably already going to be a very long video, so I will get right into it. Number one, I am an emotional person. I will cry for about any reason at all. I will watch TV shows and just start tearing up. It doesn't matter like what it is, what show. Anyway, we're not going to go into it, but I am a very emotional person. I will cry for any reason. I get mad very easily. Just my emotions are all over the place. Number two, I love to travel. If I could travel for a living, that would be the perfect job. I kid you not. And I know I probably could. I could be like a flight attendant. I'd have to lose a whole bunch of weight to do that though. But number three, my hero is my dad. And I know that sounds so cliche, but like my dad is like my everything, and I don't know what I am going to do when he's not in my life anymore. I will probably honestly die. I know that sounds horrible to say, but like my dad is everything. And not saying anything about my mom. I love my mom. I love my mom to death. But like growing up, I always got along better with my dad than my mom, so it is what it is. I'm a daddy's girl through and through. Number four, when we go on trips, doesn't matter if it's for a 1 night, 5 nights, 3 nights, I overpack for everything. We went to Gatlinburg, like I said. We were gone for 6 days, 7 days, something like that. So I packed for about 14 days because here's my thing. I don't have a lot of money, so if I forget something, it's harder for me to justify being able to go out and buy it. So I'd rather make sure I have every single thing. Too much undergarments, too many clothes. First of all, too, with the clothes thing, you don't know what you're going to do every single day. You could plan all you want, but I don't know what I didn't know what we were going to do. So I made sure I had different types of outfits and stuff like that. So yeah, I overpack for everything. Number five, I hate hearing people eat in person. I've noticed that like on like the YouTubes, I watch a lot of the ordering what the people in front of me ordered and mukbangs and stuff like that, and those don't bother me. But if someone is in person eating around me, I cannot stand it. If it's silent, if the TV's going and I have something else to focus on, I'm fine. If we're at a restaurant and it's loud, I'm fine. But if we're like sitting in quietness, like for example, if we're eating dinner and a commercial comes on, my husband fast forwards it, I have to like sit there and like do like a zen sort of thing so I don't kill him, because he will continue to eat during the commercial and I have to hear it. Anyway, I cannot stand to listen to people eat. Number six, I was in all-state choir up until we moved to Indiana. When we moved up to Indiana, I was told you have to audition for choir and it's too late. Well, you had to audition for choir in Georgia as well, but like we had people come in mid-year that moved from other states and we would still let them in. But in Indiana, nope, you have to do it at the beginning of the year or you're out of luck. So I just gave up on choir and I didn't join the next year. That kind of is what started me on my kind of downward spiral for this state, and we'll get more into that. But number seven, I broke my arm when I fell down the bleachers. I was in 7th grade and I fell down the bleachers. I was walking down the bleachers to go get something from the concession stand during our field day, and I fell and broke my arm. And the coach and the nurse was sitting there like, oh, it's not broken. It's this arm that broke. It's not broken. It's not broken. Well, it wasn't broken down here in the normal break. It was broken up here. And so I almost wonder if it really wasn't broken until they started doing this sort of thing. Maybe it was just fractured and then they went and broke it. Anyway, yeah. Number 8, my first job was at KFC. And I actually didn't mind it so much until, like, my boss started, like, getting mad that I was actually making friends with people. And then was like, okay, I can have friends. But anyway, it is what it is. Number 9, I was the worst of all my siblings. And what I mean by that is, like, the most rebellious, the most troubled, the most horrible child, most horrible teenager, most horrible everything. And I think, honestly, karma's punished me as an adult for it. But I'm hoping my redemptions are almost caught up and my life can get back to where I need it to be. So, number 10, this one is going to be a little bit of a story, but I was hit by a car. I claim to this day that car hit me, but my parents are convinced that I ran into the stopped car. Like, okay, so here's the situation. We lived in Germany at the time, and I was running across the street for, like, my ball or something like that, and a car had, like, slammed on their, this is what my parents were told or something. The car slammed on their brakes and I ran into it. But I don't remember it that way. I remember the car, like, I was going across the street and I remember the car actually hitting me. But whatever. My parents would still tell everyone I ran into a car. I am convinced that this car hit me. We lived on, like, the 4th floor, so my parents didn't even see, because first of all, none of the rooms except the bedrooms faced the street, and so they wouldn't know. But my dad knew something happened because he heard the screeching of the tires and immediately ran down the stairs because he just knew something happened. So it's like one of those parent intuition things, I guess. Number 11, I absolutely, with a passion, hate the state of Indiana. Now you're probably thinking, then why the hell did you move back? I moved back because when we lived in Jacksonville, I was having a really hard time with everything. It just seemed like the moment we moved to Jacksonville, one thing after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other hit us. And we could not catch a break for anything. And I was just done at that point. I was done. I didn't want to be in Jacksonville anymore. And I never particularly said I wanted to go back to Indiana. Never in my mind would I have ever said that. I was actually looking more forward to going back towards Orlando or Tampa. But my husband hates Florida, so he decided we were going to come up here because I needed my family, which I don't mind being around my family. My family is probably the only good part about this horrible state. But, like, Indiana in general, I hate it. I've never liked it. It's been a horrible state since we've moved up here. And maybe one day I'll make a whole story time about my hatred for Indiana. But for today, we're just going to leave it at I hate Indiana. Number 12, I'm very empathetic. So what I mean by that is, like, if you're crying, you are going to make me cry. Like, and sometimes you don't even have to be crying. I can honestly sense a lot of people's pain. Like, it's very weird. And, like, this is going to sound even weirder, and I don't care who believes me or not, but when I went to Oklahoma, I took Crystal to a few graveyards to let her drive before we went and got her license, because she didn't technically have a license, so I couldn't have her out on the road. And I'm like, well, graveyards are going to be kind of twisty, turny, whatever. And so we went to a couple graveyards, but, like, at this particular one, like, I honestly had so much sorrow in my heart, like, because we had gotten out for a minute and went walking because I just needed some air. And, like, I was just filled with so much sorrow, and I could not figure out why. Like, why am I like so upset? And then we happened to look down at like where we had gotten out of the car, and the gravestones like right where I got out were these two, I'm guessing they're twins because they were born and died on the same day, and they were only like 3 years old. And I was like, oh my God, this is horrible. And then like we drove on further past them, and we got out again because, for one, I like graveyards, and I've always liked graveyards. I don't know why, but we got out a little further, and I had not seen anyone in this graveyard this whole entire time. So let me start with that. But we got out again, and I was again filled with so much sorrow, and I'm like, what is going on here? I just felt like crying like the whole entire time we were in this graveyard. And we got back in, and then from behind a tree a guy walks, and he's walking down towards, I guess there's a parking lot. I don't know why he would park there and walk all the way up, but I was like, but you could see in his face how sad he was, how upset he was. And when we drove around the corner, you could see a freshly dug or done grave. You know how the dirt is stacked on top and stuff before it's patted down and sodded and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, maybe his sorrow is what I was feeling this whole entire time. Maybe he has so much grief in his soul that it got to me all the way up the hill where I thought it was from those two twins. But anyway, this is going to be a horribly long video, and I am so sorry for that. Number 13. I love Disney. Everything Disney. Just Disney. If you see there, that is a wind chime of Mickey Mouse. And I don't have it outside because our little thing is like a wind tunnel and it gets tangled up and everything. So I just brought it inside and hung it there on my china cabinet. But anything Disney, I love. Except number 14, my least favorite Disney movie is Fantasia. And I don't know what it is about Fantasia, but I could not get into it for the life of me. Like, I will watch it if it's on. Like, if someone else is watching it, I will sit down and watch it. But, like, it's not, like, something I would purposefully go and pick out to watch. Because, to me, it's kind of boring. Sorry. Number 15, I have a cat and a dog. I love him. Number 16, my favorite color is pink. Number 17, Hallmark Christmas movies are my favorite. I could watch Hallmark Christmas movies all year round, and I would be a happy person. But I only get to watch them twice a year, Christmas time and in July when they do their Christmas in July. So, number 18, my hair is naturally frizzy. I use frizzies, and then I also started using Not My Mother's hair product for Blonde Moment or whatever, and it's supposed to help this. Alright, so number 19, my very first car was a Toyota Cressida. This car, what was it, 1987 maybe? I can't remember the year. I can't remember the year, but it had a car phone in it, one that was actually built in, you could pick up. If I would have, been a spoiled little brat, I would have gotten it activated and stuff, because you could still activate it, but I didn't do it. Number 20, I was born in El Paso, Texas. Fun fact, I am a Texan. Number 21, I have had pneumonia, and this one was scary because it was misdiagnosed like 3 times, and on the 4th time of going to the emergency room, they finally admitted me. The doctor told me I should sue all the previous doctors I've seen because he's pulled up all my past x-rays, and they had gotten worse and worse and worse, and like the time I saw him before, the lady's like, oh, your lungs are clear, but I'll give you something to help with your cough. He said my lungs were so bad that he doesn't know what she was reading. So she could have killed me. Anyway, 22. I had another YouTube channel from like 2007 to 2012, and I quit it in like 2011. I kind of quit posting videos, and by 2012 I had deleted almost all of my videos. Since then, that channel has been hacked and I haven't been able to find it, so I think YouTube finally took it down. Number 23, I am a pagan. I have made a kind of video about that, and I may go further into it in the future, but for now we'll just leave it at I'm a pagan. Number 24, I'm a Libra. 25, Taco Bell is my favorite fast food. 26, I believe in reincarnation, and I'm going to make a video about that coming soon. 27, I believe time travel is legit and possible, and I will make a video about that as well because there's so much I want to say about it. 28, I love musicals. I mean, Rent, Les Mis, all of them. I just want to see them all. Wicked. I just want to go and see all the musicals ever. So going on with that, 29, my favorite movie is The Sound of Music. That is one movie I could watch every single day and not be sick of it. Fun fact, it's not Disney. I don't know why I said fun fact on that. We all know it's not Disney. 30, this should be no surprise to anyone. Christmas is my absolute favorite holiday. I'm getting tired. 31, my favorite food is Mexican, and that is followed really, really closely with Chinese. Number 32, I would love to be more girly, but makeup and hairstyles confuse me. I will watch YouTube videos on hairstyles and makeup styles, and I will try to do them, and they don't work out for me. So I don't get it. Number 33, I am very forgetful. I forget everything, and I did not used to be this way. This recently started happening maybe like 2 years ago, where like I'm losing my mind, literally losing my mind. Like I forget everything. Like my husband asked me to make him a doctor's appointment at the beginning of the week, and today I just remembered to do it. So, and that's because he's reminded me 3 times this week about his doctor's appointment. Number 34, I absolutely hate doing laundry. I don't know why. It's like the easiest chore in the world. You throw your crap in the washer, you take it out, you throw it in the dryer, you take it out, you put it away. But it's the putting away part that I absolutely hate. I think if I could get in a system where I did laundry like every other day or something like that, it'd be easier, but I do laundry once a week, and so then it's just so piled up, and it's like, I hate laundry. Number 35. I absolutely wish that Christmas decor could stay up all year long. All year long. I wish I could be decorated for Christmas. I've slowly started decorating for other holidays just so I could have some nice decor. Number 36. I am an army brat. Army brat. Like, I am an army brat. So going on to 37, Germany was the furthest place I've ever lived. Being in the army, we have lived many places, and Germany is the only place out of the United States that we did live. Number 38, I still listen to the OG New Kids on the Block and Spice Girls, and I'm not ashamed of it. I will go down the road, windows down, music blasting, singing it at the top of my lungs, because I don't care. What number am I on? 39. I've been to more Hanson concerts than any other concert, and it was not technically by choice. I always went with Crystal because she didn't want to go alone, and it was a free concert for me, so whatever. But here's the thing, guys, they're not that bad, but I don't need to go to all these concerts. Where am I? 40. I still prefer to handwrite lists than to use the little app on my phone. And like, this is proof. I wrote 50 random facts about me front and back because I hate that little app thing on my phone. My favorite subject in high school was creative writing. Absolutely loved that class. Number 42. I technically dropped out of high school. So let me just do a really quick story here. I dropped out of high school in my junior year, and I was basically given the choice, 2 jobs or go back to school. So by the midsummer, I'm like, I'm going back to school, but I'm not going back to that school. So my parents and I decided we would use my uncle's address, and I would go to a school, much smaller school, out about 20-30 minutes from our house, and I would just drive and commute every day. And so that's what I did. I transferred schools, but technically I was a high school dropout. 43. I have one high-end purse, and the only reason I have it is because I got it at Goodwill for like $1. And it's a little bitty Coach bag, and it was missing its zipper. It's still authentic. If you look inside, everything is authentic, but they had it for sale at Goodwill for $1. And honestly, that's the only way I would ever own a high-end purse, because I absolutely refuse to pay that much money for a purse. I'm not paying hundreds and thousands of dollars. Like, the most I will ever pay for a purse is probably $50. What number am I on? 44. My favorite job that I ever worked at was Ace Hardware, and that is my most recent job, if you do not count DoorDash and Grubhub, was Ace Hardware, and I loved it. And the reason I left was for medical reasons, and I needed to just back off and get all my medical stuff taken care of, because I felt like it was not fair to them that I was taking so much time off and needing time off for this and that. And I want to go back. I'm thinking about going back, but I want to find out what's going on with my husband's job first, because I'd hate to go back just to have to quit again. So 45. Seeing someone vomit makes me need to vomit. I can't do puke. I'm not a puke person. 46. I went to college, but I never finished. And I actually went for 3 different things. The first time I went was for business management, and I almost finished, but I transferred schools. And when I transferred schools, I learned my credits would not transfer, so I changed my major to criminal justice, and I almost finished. You see a pattern here, don't you? But then we moved to Florida, and when I got down there, like, the whole criminal justice situation was a little bit different down there, and you ended up having to need more schooling after your initial criminal justice degree to do the things I wanted to do. So I switched majors and I went to culinary school. I did not almost finish that one, though. I had to drop out in my 3rd semester because Crystal had to leave. I had to work more. It was just a big ordeal. So I had to drop out. It's fine. It is what it is. I'm not going back to school. I'm done with school. I could care less about school anymore. I wish college was one of the things I wish I'd never would have done. Number 47. I hate talking on the phone. I'd rather you text me, send me an email. I don't know. Just don't call me. I'm even okay with FaceTime as long as you realize that I'm hanging up on your ass once you're done talking. I hate listening to people breathe on the phone. I hate talking on the phone. Number 48. I hate seafood. All freaking seafood. Minus, this is going to sound weird to people, minus canned tuna. Canned tuna is the only seafood I can eat. And actually, that's not true. I can eat popcorn shrimp every now and then, and it's got to be cooked right. But canned tuna is like the only seafood I can tolerate, and that's only because I usually either put it in macaroni and peas, or I put it in a tuna salad where it has mayonnaise, eggs, and a bunch of other stuff. So it's not like eating tuna at all. Anyway, 49. My first non-Christian concert was the Goo Goo Dolls. But if you're talking about my first concert of all time, it was a Christian concert, and it was Big Tent Revival, and it was a lot of fun. I like Christian music. I'm not Christian, so it doesn't make sense, but I like Christian music anyway. And number 50, the most random fact that everyone probably already knows. I don't know if you know this or not, but I absolutely love penguins. They are my absolute favorite non-domestic animal. Because I'm going to say non-domestic because technically you can't have penguins as a pet, and that makes me so sad. If I could have a pet penguin, oh my god, I would totally move to Antarctica if they told me I could have a pet penguin. I'm that crazy. Anyway, guys, that is 50 random facts about me. I'm sorry this video is so long. I am going to try to edit it down as much as possible, but right now it's at 30 minutes. So if you like this, I do encourage everyone, if you haven't already done something similar to this, to do like a 50 random facts kind of thing and let us get to know you more. Also, if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.